My little brother walked into my room holding his own tooth and half his jaw wasn't moving right, and he said, "I think I broke my face, but please don't tell Mom, she'll be so mad." I looked up from my game, ready to tell Cody to stop being dramatic, but he was standing in the doorway gray-faced and swaying, holding out his palm. Sitting in it was a tooth, and below it his jaw hung at an angle that made my stomach drop. "Cody, please tell me you're messing with me." "I fell off the trampoline," he whispered. "It really hurts, Dev, but don't call Mom, okay? I wasn't supposed to be on it." Our parents were 2 states away at our aunt's funeral. They'd left that morning and wouldn't be back until the next night. I was 15 and in charge of keeping my 11-year-old brother alive for 2 days, and he was standing there with a tooth in his hand and his face not lining up the way a face should. "Okay, just sit down," I said, trying to sound calm like Dad would. "You fell how?" "Off the trampoline." My chin hit the bar. He could barely open his mouth to talk. I pulled out my phone and Googled, "Is a knocked out tooth an emergency?" while he sat on the edge of my bed, hunched over and drooling pink. The results said something about reimplanting teeth within an hour and watching for jaw injuries. I looked at my brother. There was a lump forming along his jawline that did not look right. "But like, kids knock teeth out all the time, right?" I said, trying to remember anything useful. "It's just a baby tooth, probably. It'll be fine." Cody shook his head, which made him wince hard. "It's not a baby tooth, and my mouth won't close all the way." I rubbed the back of my neck. "Did you try ice? Ice helps with stuff." "I can't even feel my chin," he mumbled, and grabbed my arm, his grip weak. "Please, Dev." I stared at my phone. Mom and Dad would lose it if I dragged Cody to the ER over a busted tooth from a trampoline he wasn't supposed to be on. They'd never trust me to watch him again. Everyone at the funeral would hear I panicked over something normal. Kids fall all the time, right? My phone buzzed. A text from Dad. "Holding down the fort, okay, bud?" I looked at Cody. His lips had gone pale and a thin line of blood was running from the corner of his mouth. "Fine," I typed back. Then I opened a new message to Mom. "If someone hit their chin, how do you know if it's just a tooth or something worse?" 3 dots appeared. Vanished. Appeared. "Why?" Cody tried to stand to go to the bathroom and stumbled. I caught him before he hit the dresser. "Whoa, you good?" "Dizzy," he slurred, leaning his whole weight on me. When I steadied him, I saw it clearly. His jaw wasn't just swollen. The whole bottom of his face was sitting wrong, shifted to one side, and he couldn't bring his teeth together at all. "We're going," I said. "Really?" His eyes filled up. "Mom's gonna be so mad. Mom's gonna be way madder if I let you sit here." I called 911. "My brother fell and hit his chin. His tooth came out and his jaw is like crooked and he can't close his mouth and now he's dizzy." "How old is he?" 11. "Is he having trouble breathing?" "I don't. His mouth is full of blood and he keeps spitting." "An ambulance is on the way. Keep him sitting up and leaning forward so he doesn't choke." The paramedics took one look at Cody and moved fast. At the ER, they rushed him back. A nurse felt along his jaw and her face changed, and she called for a doctor. They ordered scans. "Bilateral mandible fracture," someone said, "and he's lost a fair amount of blood. Watch the airway." I didn't fully understand, but the speed they were moving told me enough. Cody needed surgery that night, plates and wires to put his jaw back together, and a specialist managed to save the tooth. The surgeon told me later that if Cody had laid down flat and gone to sleep like he'd wanted to, the swelling and bleeding could have closed off his airway in his sleep. I called my parents at 1 in the morning and got through the whole thing twice before Mom stopped screaming long enough to hear, "He's okay, he's in surgery, he's going to be okay." They drove through the night. Cody called me his hero for exactly 3 days before going back to eating my snacks, but he kept the little stuffed dinosaur the ER gave him, named it Bone Jangles, and it still sits on his shelf. A reminder that the day I almost listened to everyone but my gut was the day my gut was the only thing that